This is Rhonda Clark, a farmer from Blackberry Sage Farm. Say hi to Rhonda! Earlier this fall, she took us on a tour of her farm. Here are some okra plants. Have you ever had okra? Okra is a great vegetable to use in things like stews, and some people would also like to fry it. You can find Rhonda's okra at the farmer's market. Here are some of Rhonda's sunflower heads hanging and drying in her carport. After the sunflowers have grown really tall in her garden, she cut them and is drying them out so that she can sell the seeds later. It's good to dry them out so they don't mold. Here, Rhonda's holding a loofah. Have you ever heard of a loofah? Like maybe a shower loofah? A lot of people use them as sponges, but did you know that this type of sponge doesn't come from the sea? It comes from a vegetable, a plant. And Rhonda grows loofahs on her farm. Right now she's holding a fully mature and dried loofah. And to get the sponge, you have to peel off the outside skin part. So right now she's peeling off the skin of the vegetable, and that is a loofah sponge. She is now knocking off the seeds so that she can save the seeds and plant them next fall to grow even more loofah. Rhonda likes to use her loofah in the shower and also cuts it up and uses it as sponges to wash dishes. Loofahs are a great sponge to use because they can be composted when you're done with them. Since they're not plastic, they can just be returned to the earth again. When the seeds are dark black, that is when they're really good to save to plant for next year. If she finds some seeds that are maybe gray or white, she'll just throw those ones out because those ones aren't mature enough to be planted for next year. Here's what the loofah plant looks like. It has these really big, beautiful leaves, and there's a tiny loofah growing right there, and an even bigger one on the other side of the fence. They like to grow off the ground, so she hangs them on little fences. So loofahs can be used as sponges, but they can also be eaten as a vegetable before they dry out. Here Rhonda is showing us what the loofah vegetable part looks like. When it's kind of green and firm is when it makes a really good vegetable. People like to use this vegetable in their soups to help thicken their soups. Some people also use it medicinally, meaning they can use it as medicine, like they can put it in a tea to make them feel better if they're feeling sick. Look at all the loofah plants Rhonda has. They even have pretty yellow flowers. Molly loves loofahs, makes her happy. So this is what the inside of a loofah looks like in the vegetable stage. It's kind of wet and kind of spongy, but people can cut it up and eat it like a vegetable at this point. And if they wait for it to dry out, it'll turn to what Rhonda has in her hands. It will turn into the sponge once it's all dried out. Just look how big this loofah can get. It's 2 times my water bottle. And this loofah is even bigger than my arm. After just one harvest, here's some of the loofah that we brought in. Rhonda grows so much loofah. Some she'll sell as vegetables and some she'll let dry and then sell as sponges later in the season. Here are some of Rhonda's bean plants. Rhonda grows a lot of different varieties of beans, and some of them are super rare. Just look how pretty these are. Here's some of Rhonda's quinoa. Have you ever had quinoa? And take a look at all of Rhonda's marigolds. Marigolds are a type of flower that are wonderful in our garden because they help ward off bad bugs with their smell. And here is some of Rhonda's herb garden. Thank you for visiting Rhonda's farm. See you next time.